It's time to move on to our esteemed speakers. As Iqbal said, तस्वीर कायनात में है रंग, इसी के सोच से है ज़िंदगी के सोज़े दौरां. It is time for the women who've given us their time to speak to us, to inspire us. These are their stories. Hopefully their stories will inspire you to come here one day and tell us your stories as well. Our first speaker was a supermodel, is a TV actress, was a fashion designer, and now she's an entrepreneur. She runs her own salon. They say you should never meet your heroes. Well, those people have never met Nadia Hussain. I think, yes, please. I think Gal Gadot did an amazing job as Wonder Woman, but she will always be the Wonder Woman I would cast. If they ever make a Burqa Avenger live action movie, she's my first choice. She was also a dentist, so everybody open your mouths, say ah, and welcome Nadia Hussain.
Assalamu alaikum, and wow, this is amazing. I mean, I'm so excited to be here, and thank you for the wonderful introduction. I didn't really know that I would be the first speaker, so I was thinking, हाँ ये इन लोगों में से किसी को पहले सुन के फिर बाद में मैं जो बोलना होगा बोल दूँगी. But and also सुल्ताना आपा मेरे सामने खड़ी हैं. सुल्ताना आपा आपकी इजाज़त. Thank you. Because of course, Sultana Appa has seen me since I was a baby, and you know, मुझे काफ़ी feel हुआ. मैंने कहा Sultana Appa से पहले मैं बोलूँगी. So anyway, thank you very much for inviting me, for having me here. IAM Karachi, I can truly say that I am who I am because of Karachi. I am a hardcore Karachiite, and a very proud Karachiite at that as well. Even though I was not born in Pakistan, I was born in London, but that really doesn't make a difference because we came back to Pakistan when I was like 4 years old or something. And since then, it's only been Karachi. So I did my schooling in Beacon House, and I was in Beacon House all the way till my A-levels. And then from there, I did my dental degree from Fatma Jannah Dental. So again, a lot of people say कि हाँ लाहौर में मैंने कहा नहीं कराची में जो है. So yes, I think you know Karachi, and for me to be who I am because of being in Karachi, I think it's given me a lot of opportunities to do what I wanted to do. And I think really from the time that I was growing up, I've been, I mean, you know, we were living in Seaview, and the open air, the breeze, and then the fact that it was so safe at that time. And, you know, it was not enclosed, but it was safe. So we used to be like cycling, and we used to be enjoying the breeze and taking my dog for a walk. I mean, not a care in the world. And my mother also used to be, haan, acha theek hai, bacche hain. And then, you know, that kind of passion continued to cycle around. So then I used to, when I was in my college, I used to cycle, and I used to go to the club and, you know, to swim, which was close by to my house. And I used to walk, and I used to go to the club within Seaview, which was the Syed Said Mir Tennis Club, and I used to walk, and I used to go and play tennis. And then I used to jog all the way on the main Seaview Road early in the morning at 6 o'clock, because I've always been into fitness. And it was, I could do it. I mean, I used to love doing it. I used to love being on the sand, and and my mother used to at times freak out कि तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब है कि तुम सुबह सुबह तुम जाके अकेली तुम jogging करती हो, लेकिन I used to love it. And so that kind of thing, and at that time I wasn't even in modeling. I was just a student, and I was just really crazy about sports. And so I used to, like I said, walk to tennis, cycle for my swimming, and I used to jog early in the morning. And then I got the opportunity through some friends to experiment in modeling, and that was never really something that I wanted to do, or never really something that I felt that I whatever do actually, because मैं अभी dental college में मैंने admission ले लिया हुआ था, but then I had the opportunity, so I thought, okay, let me just try it out, kya farak padta hai. And it really, I mean, within the first year, it was like, I think just, it kind of, sent all these vibes all over, and I just couldn't say no to the kind of offers that kept on coming. So I continued. I thought, acha chalo, ek saal kar lungi, maximum. क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है, but it just didn't stop. And I think being in Karachi, I remember I don't know whether it was when I had started modeling or not, but I remember at one point in time being followed by somebody in a Prado, और फिर मैं उठी और मैंने लड़ा उससे. I said, how dare you, and then I saw some policemen around as well. So I think, there's so many exciting things happened and so many crazy things happened that it just, I think being in Karachi and having that kind of pride कि भाई मैं तो कराची आई हूँ. So that kind of thing, I think, really, was within me. It was in my blood, and I took a lot of liberties because of that. And I think it kept on boosting my confidence on a daily level. Like, I mean, I could never imagine. ठीक है, the modeling career had started, but then when these kind of things used to happen, कि कभी किसी गाड़ी ने follow कर लिया तो उतर के जो है, I would fight for my rights. And once I even sided a motorcycle wala and he fell off, and I didn't care. I ran off, and I said, because he was staring and staring and staring and staring, and then he started showing me some hand signs, and मैंने कहा बच्चू मैं दिखाती हूँ तुम्हें, मैं कराची हूँ, मैं तुम्हें दिखाती हूँ. So I sided him, which was right here at PIDC, and he fell over. And then some other guy behind me came, and I said, you don't know what he was doing, and how dare he show me, those signs or whatever that he was doing. And I said, I will. And aapko kya isse? So I think it just built me as a person, as a character, and I was never like that when I was young. I was very shy, very reserved. Sultana Appa is absolutely witness to that I refused, in my younger days, I had refused, rone shuru kar diya, because of my khala being in television as well, Tina Sani. So we had the opportunity of coming in maybe 1 or 2 songs, but I refused. I started crying, bawling my eyes out. So I was never really that kind of a person, but I think that being in Karachi really helped me, and I think that it was just that even when I used to travel to Lahore, there would always be this chip on our shoulders, hum to Karachi se hain. And then, that kind of thing, that kind of bridged after a long time, that gap was bridged, where then now we feel, okay, अच्छा ठीक है, अब Lahore जो है वो, not that of course मेरी बहुत family Lahore से, मेरे बहुत अच्छे दोस्त Lahore से, लेकिन हमेशा एक chip होता था कि हम तो कराची के. So, I think, I met my husband here as well, and we fell in love and we got married, and soon after we had our first child as well, and again, nothing planned in my life, really, all just went with the flow, and got the opportunity to meet so many, people as well, and so, yeah, I mean, I think that meeting the right kind of people, having the right kind of, the similar kind of people around you, and the kind of, the kind of crowd that you can really pick and choose who you want to be with, and nobody is going to force you, and nobody is going to, I think that, this is it's such a metropolitan city that there are all kinds of people, and you can really choose to be who you want to be with, and I think, of course, that applies to every place, perhaps, but anyway, moving on. So, yeah, I mean, and at that time, I'd already started modeling. It had been only 4 years in my career that I got married, and I soon had my baby as well. So people used to tell me कि हाँ तुम्हारा तो career ख़त्म हो जाएगा, तुम अभी क्यों शादी कर रही हो? मैंने कहा doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not bothered about my career because I was studying to be a dentist. So I said that's more important. But it really didn't stop. I think that that energy kept me going in the modeling industry. And so I continued modeling as well, even while I was pregnant. And in fact, I can proudly say I was the first pregnant model on a cover of a magazine. And that was really something that but yeah, I think that, even pregnancy-related magazines came from Pakistan. I remember this magazine called Parenthood or Motherhood. I don't remember exactly the name, but all these kind of brilliant ideas came from Karachi, and they took that initiative, and they took that challenge, and they took that kind of risk, I would say, of course, where such magazines would, if it would be published, whether it would do well or it would not do well, but the risk was taken and it did brilliantly. And so yeah, I mean, I think that overall, as far as being who I am today, Karachi has definitely given me a lot of that confidence, the challenges to face and to overcome. And even today, I feel that with my children, the kind of life that they lead now, even though I wish it was a lot more of the outdoor kind of life, because that's the kind of life that I also used to lead, where, I have their cycles still sitting in my mother's house in Seaview, and I have sadly not been able to teach them cycling as yet, which I am really upset about. They're 13 and 10, the older ones, and then the younger ones are 5 and 3. So I have not yet been able to teach my children cycling, but I think that is definitely something that I regret not doing, but inshallah, I think I'll find the time and the opportunity. But I think that, being in Karachi and for my children to be here as well, studying in the best schools and having that kind of, the lifestyle and the kind of friends that they have and the kind of exposure that they get, I think that it's just, again, something that is already teaching them to lead a very challenging life and to face something that they are going to be facing maybe, आगे जाके अपनी ज़िंदगी में कभी ना कभी उनको कोई जो challenge उनको अगर उनको overcome करना होगा, I think that really harnesses your inner kind of your inner hero, perhaps, that you just want to continue fighting with the different challenges. And I think that is something that the life and the spirit of Karachi has really given to me personally. And so, and then when I continued modeling, and then I had the opportunity to, of course, act. I was hosting. I was doing a lot of things. I was in shoe wear as well. I had started designing lawn. And the opportunities that just kept coming my way. And then I was, I'm not a practicing dentist, but I really wanted to continue in my medical field. So I then chose to do courses in aesthetics, which is treatments with Botox and fillers and lasers and beautification and all. So I went and I did some courses abroad. And I came back and I decided that I want to start a clinic. But I was looking around for a year and a half for a good location कि मैं clinic खोलूँगी. लेकिन I guess that is, of course, kismat, कि जो location जो मुझे मिली, which is right on the same road as Xander's, East Street, Clifton. I got a location right there, and I was so overwhelmed by seeing this location that it was available for rent at that time, and that I said, okay, but I don't think that I can run a clinic from here because this location is so big. So I just kind of randomly told my husband, मैंने कहा salon खोल लेते हैं. So he said, हाँ ठीक है, करो. And I had to sign the papers within 1 week, and I was just dying because I really wasn't sure what I was getting into, and I was like, oh my God, really? Like, a salon? Like, okay. But yeah, he also gave me that support and the go-ahead. And now, the kind of challenges that one has to face even while doing business. I think that applies to everywhere, perhaps being in Pakistan, but somehow I think Karachi में वो ज़्यादा मुझे challenges लगते हैं because there is the kind of business that people that the kind of business that we have in Pakistan in Karachi particularly is very different from the kind of business that people have in Lahore. The mindset is different in Lahore or towards the Punjab side, I would say. Here, people being salaried and people having a kind of the income method is a bit different. Running a business here is very challenging, but mashallah say it's been 3 years and I've been running my salon now, and mashallah has been going very successful. And again, I would say that it's basically been because of the kind of opportunities that I've had, which really truly I think that being in Karachi, it has given me those opportunities to do whatever I want, to live up to my dreams. And I'm here sitting in front of all of you and sharing my story. I think it's really wonderful, and I feel really proud if I am able to inspire people. And somebody asked me once at some event, we were together, and they said, what would you want to be remembered as, So he kind of retorted and, jokingly said, हाँ, तुम्हें तो होगा ना कि तुम मॉडल के तौर पे तुम्हें याद रखें लोग. So I said, no, I thought for a moment and I said, no, I really don't think so. I would want to be remembered as a role model. And I think Karachi has given me that. Thank you so much. Do I walk out right now or?
You can do anything you want in your life.
No. I think my time has finished, so I walk out there, or do I go and sit there?
You're Nadia Hussain.
No,
you can do
come
anything
on. Thank
you
you
want.
so much.
Give it up
Thank
for
you.
Nadia Hussain.
And the mic?
She is the living embodiment of the fact that you can have it all. Thank you, Nadia, for sending me into an existential crisis. I work a grand total of 1 hour a week. How have you done so much in your life? And what I want to know is, how do you run a business next to Xanders and not eat Xanders all the time? One more time, she's truly inspired so many of us, and it's about building communities. She had a great community, and we all need to build communities for people to shine. One more time, Nadia Hussain, thank you so much.